What if I told you that the difficulty you're playing is not exactly the difficulty you are playing? What if I told you that it has a difficulty scaling implemented? It is extremely hard to believe, but you will definitely believe me once you see it. After all, seeing is believing. Okay, first, you will see tons of information on this screen. Oh wait, my mistake. Let me flick down. There you go, much better. Do not be alarmed of this information. I will try my best explaining to you one by one. However, I will skip the one that I still do not understand or figure it out. Let's go to the right side of the screen first and start on the top. IGT is what we call in-game time. It is how much time you spend in-game. Pretty self-explanatory. Action point is the one you must pay attention. Action point from my observation is how good you are performing in this game. You may have noticed when I shoot or kill enemy, the action point goes up. However, if I take damage or die, the action point goes down. Take a very close attention to player damage rate, enemy damage rate. Did you notice that whenever action point goes up into certain threshold, the player damage rate goes up and the enemy damage rate goes down? And vice versa? That is actually because when the game sees and thinks you are extremely good at playing this game, the game will increase the difficulty beyond hardcore just a little bit. Oh, I forgot to mention that I tested this game on hardcore difficulty. But don't worry, we will see the other difficulty as well. So what I'm trying to say is, if you perform shit on difficulty you select, the difficulty gets easier over time. If you perform extraordinary, be prepared to get harder and harder. The maximum action point is 5000. It cannot go past that. When the action point passes the certain threshold, you will also notice that the game rank increases. This is just to show you that the difficulty rank is increasing. If you haven't known, the assisted difficulty starts at 1, the standard starts at 4, the hardcore starts at 7, and finally, the professional starts at 10. The hardcore difficulty can become professional if your action point reaches 5000. The professional difficulty can become even higher if it reaches 5000 as well. Next, let's go to item point. The item point shows how many resources that you have in inventory. Now, have you ever noticed that sometimes the enemies drop less ammo and tons of pesetas? Of course, apart from the fixed item point, yeah, which is guaranteed to drop resources in certain places like the crow in El Gigantes area. So basically, the more resources like healing item, ammo you have, the less resources enemies will drop. Check out the item point that whenever I shoot the enemies, it will drop down. If I take ammo, it will go up. Basically, if you wish to farm more money, then be smart to your resources. Let's skip the backup action point and backup item point since I do not know what that does. Retry count is pretty self-explanatory. It shows how many times you died while attempting the run. The more you die, the lower the difficulty it is. It seems to be going around until chapter end. I haven't actually tested it yet, so I cannot confirm. But if it does stay permanent until the end of the game, this is an extremely not good scaling method. Kill count is also pretty self-explanatory. It shows how many times you kill the enemies. The more you kill, the higher the difficulty it is. Finally, we get to the most crucial information. The player damage rate is the damage taken for players. If you see on the current screen, the damage taken right now is 1.8, which means Leon will receive 1.8 times more damage than normal. As for the damage rate for the enemy, it is now 0.7, which means it takes 0.3 times less damage compared to normal. The winch rate, from what I understand, is a stagger rate. The higher the value, the easier it is for the enemies to get staggered. Breaking rate is the one when you got grabbed. The lower the value, the harder it is for you to break free. I still have a hunch about the stopping rate, but I can make a guess that stopping rate means the enemies react to the particular shot when being shot anywhere except the head. Just ignore the head rate because it almost stays the same regardless of what I do. It also seems to be connected to relationship between Leon and Ashley. Player distance measures the distance between you and Ashley, and that's it for the right screen user interface. There is still one more thing that you need to know. Did you know that each enemy has health point of their limbs? If you don't know, have you ever noticed that sometimes you can dismember their hand and leg? That's what this is about. Take a look at this scene. I intentionally shoot its hand and the live UI shows that it has 324 HP for right arm. Next, I shoot its left arm which also has 324 HP. Here's the most interesting part. When you dismember at least 2 of their limbs, they die regardless of their HP. You can definitely see that this guy still has 494 HP left, but he dies. So we basically found out that you can kill enemies another way. And that's pretty much sums about the difficulty scaling. I honestly don't really like scaling thing and would rather have fixed difficulty. Or better yet, I would love to have increased difficulty over time but not lower it. What do you guys think about it? In any case, I do hope that you can enjoy your run once you know about this.